mother, madre, nanay, mama, majka, mare, mba. I come from my mother.
Come on, time, deep breath.
Let's go, push.
There you go. 1, 2, 3. Get really bad. Push. 10. Good.
Birth, dance.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Hold it, Jamie. Hold
6,
it.
7,
Come on.
8,
Good.
9,
Push.
10. Right
Push.
up. Come on, grab it.
Ready? Push. Hold it. Push.
6,
Come on. Now hold it.
7, 8, 9, 10. Good breath. One more step.
One more. Ready?
Now get it. Push it.
Why not? When you deliver, squat down deep. Move your hips side to side to the beat of the djembe drum. Breathe down low, gravity. This sacred dance called birth. No woman should ever die trying to give life.
Alaka Jambalo, Beko Amina, Inyeda Abekelen. He looks the same as his mom. I'm Beko Ayusef Nyeda Aniba Abekelen.
I once lived as a volunteer in a 30-hut village at the edge of an unpaved highway. My supervisor repeatedly warned me, I know you might be tempted because you're a nurse, but our role here is purely educational, not clinical. Purely educational, not clinical. But what would you have done if one night you were trying to fall asleep and you hear a noise on the other side of the wall saying, Aisha, Aisha, Naya. Denbena, a child is about to be born. I said, Dogotoro Bemi, where's the midwife? The midwife was 15 miles away through a dirt path and nobody had called her. I was summoned to the birthing hut where I saw Hawa, 16-year-old pregnant and panting on the dirt floor. A yellow kerosene lamp lit up the hut as the old women stood behind Hawa, encouraging her, spitting on their hands and rubbing it for good luck on Hawa's abdomen and saying, Ijiggy, Ijiggy, push, push. My best friend Anna was squatting in front of Hawa, pulling on the baby's head that was stuck between her thighs. I ran out of the hut again and I said, Dogotoro Bemin, where is the midwife? But a shriek brought me back in, where now Anna was pulling more dangerously on the baby's head. But all I could think about was the cut on my finger. I had no gloves. But this time, she looked at me even more desperate and she was pulling harder on the baby's head that was becoming bluer and paler. So I wrapped my hands up in the plastic grocery bags that I had. And together, we delivered the baby's blue, limp body into the dirt rags that were waiting for him. I cut the umbilical cord with my mini Swiss Army knife, as the old women behind us were spitting blessings on both of our lives. Blessings, memories, dancing bodies celebrating life. Hips moving, circle of dance, circle of life, birth, dance. Anna's laughter when I told her in America, we pay to learn how to dance, yes, a whole month's wages. But I don't speak that way anymore. 3 years of living in America is starting to erase the language of our friendship. But at least I can still remember some things. like the greetings and how to say good morning. Images of coal-collared farmers greeting me during my morning jogs through the village, toothless grins, machetes in hand, and blue-collared flip-flops covered with dirt. And even from far away I could hear them saying, Aisha, Aisha, ini sogoma. Good morning. And I would say insay. And they would say mba. And all the men said mba. I come from my mother. And I said insay. And all the women said insay. I am ready to conceive. But that was then, and this is now. I'm back in San Francisco, sanctuary city, first world charm and healthcare for all. Right? Here I can double glove, triple glove, throw away boxes of gloves if I want to. But I'm still worried, sick, worried sick about my patients, 16-year-old girls from Honduras who tell me of a time she was caught trying to cross the border. Her pregnant body shoved into a metal cell with no water to drink for hours at a time. Bienvenidos a Estados Unidos. I found Elena living in a one-room garage. 5 new Americans taking turns sleeping on the only bed they had. Bienvenidos a Estados Unidos. Her future, the stench of diapers, burnt chili, and taqueria sweat. My hope, a mother's continued resilience. The power of baby powder and sweet newborn feet to help her keep going. Her new son, Brian, angel child, cliff chin, dark curls, a prince in Salvation Army hand-me-downs. Elena, girl child mother, new American beauty, pale as a ghost after delivery. She has lost so much blood already. I have seen her too many times, but action is more powerful than heartbreak. My inspiration, the hopeful faces of the women I still love, despite the holes inside of them, through the embarrassment of urine and feces leaking down their thighs. We danced. Where will you go? What can you promise? I promise. For my birth dance, I'm gonna squat down deep to the beat of the djembe drum. My love will be around me, behind me, calling our child into this miracle called life. I promise to hold your hand and say Amina. Yes, we trust. Amina, pass on the blessings. Amina, Amina, blessings for the mothers who give us life. Amina, 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 blessings for all of our lives.
Jamie, where are your hands? Put your hands on top of your tummy. Put your hands on top of your tummy. Reach down here, Jamie. Reach down, grab your baby.
Go now. There isn't much time. More than 10 new mothers have died since you began watching this film.